Ravioli.
This
Get your wits back here, boy!
is the cheapest game I could find on Steam. With so many awesome deals and Steam sales all the time, it got me thinking, what is the absolute cheapest game on the entire platform? Now, of course, this seems to be changing all the time. Even searching for the cheapest game again today revealed different results. But this is the game that I got when I initially looked into it, and thank God it was Hand Simulator Survival and not something like Furry Love.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
So, Hand Simulator Survival.
What the hell is even that?
Well, as it turns out, it's part of an epic trilogy of hand simulation games. Hand Simulator is the first game, and it's VR capable and gives you a bunch of things to do with the signature hand mechanics that we'll talk about in a little bit. Then there's Survival as the second installment, and it sets you on an island with various tasks to complete to keep yourself alive, and Horror as the third installment, and I don't know, it's like spooky and stuff, I guess. I'm not here to talk about the grandiose history of the Hand Simulator franchise, I'm here to survive on a dang island. So I loaded it up, skipped the tutorial because I'm an adult and I can figure it out myself, and created my own little world. I died. Hand Simulator is simultaneously super fun and extremely irritating. As the title suggests, this game simulates the use of your hand. You scroll to move your selected hand up and down, move your mouse forward and back to move your hand forward and back, and then left click to grab obstacles and hold down the right mouse button to... Anyways, after getting the hang of the controls, I got set on completing the one thing that I knew you could do in this game, and that is starting a fire. From the little trailer on Steam, it looked like all you needed was some wood and some stones, and you'd be set. And according to the game description, the goal is to light a fire, wait till nighttime, and get rescued by a patrol boat. Easy peasy. So I grabbed some wood, grabbed some stones, and if you smack the stones together, they spark, and you can make a fire. You can make a fire. You can make a fire. Okay, what? Maybe jumping in blind was a mistake. There must have been something I was missing to this fire-making business, so I backtracked and decided to check out the tutorial to make sure I wasn't missing anything important. Okay, so that was mostly useless, but I did find out a couple things. You can chop big trees down for logs and chop smaller trees down and apparently use them as spears. So with my newfound knowledge, I left the tutorial and started another new session. I figured my first fire didn't work out so well, so I probably just needed more wood to use as fuel, right? So I found a tree to cut it down for wood and a couple of rocks to make sure I could set the wood on fire. And then I even decided to go look for some sticks to make sure I had some smaller pieces to start the fire. You know, like starting a fire in real life, you need some kindling. I also grabbed a weapon, apparently shoved the weapon up my butt, and then went to look for some wood. And then got eaten by a tiger. Okay, let's try again. Grab a rock, bust up a tree to get some logs, and... okay, maybe I need more sticks. I ran off, found some, but eventually my hunger and thirst levels plummeted and I died of starvation.
It was at this point I stopped to contemplate the life choices that had led me to this moment. Perhaps I was hasty to assume being an adult meant I could figure out how to make a fire in a game whose main gimmick is that your hands don't work so good. Or perhaps I had simply angered God and cursed my bloodline for all of eternity. And then, it dawned on me.
I can just Google this shit. So it turns out all I needed was 5 sticks. That's 5 sticks and then I could light a fire. So once again, I hopped in a game, grabbed some rocks and some sticks, and voila, we had fire for fuck's sake. So now that I had a fire, all I had to do was wait for the boat to pick me up. And in order to do that, I had to make sure that my thirst and my hunger levels didn't get too low or I would slowly die. So one epic battle later,
Hey, you okay, bro?
I found some coconut, ate that shit up, found out it also filled up my thirst meter, thank God, and headed back to camp to wait by the fire for the boat. So, needless to say, I didn't finish the game. The mechanics, as fun as they are to mess around with, were not enjoyable enough to struggle through over and over to try and get rescued. This is definitely the type of game that you play for a little bit to try and make a funny YouTube about and then forget about it forever and move on with your life. You can also apparently build houses in this game, but if you've got the time and patience for that, I think something might be wrong with you. Anyways, there's just one more thing I wanted to show you. Thanks for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to help me out, make sure you subscribe and like this video, maybe even share it with a friend. Follow me on my socials or come check me out when I'm streaming on Twitch. I appreciate you guys being here and watching all the way to the end, and I will see you next time.